Hi there. Today we're going to solve a system of linear equations through a word problem. Now with a word problem, it's important to highlight or underline your important information. So we have two schools here, both have vans and buses that carry students. Now you might want to highlight similar things in the same colour. It's up to you. We have buses, we have vans, and we have students. Then we need to try and put them into equations. Now when writing equations, it's important that we define our variables so that we know what each thing equals and anyone else looking at it knows what these letters represent. Now I'm going to say let V equal vans and B equal buses. It's meaning though the number of students in them, and I'm going to write that as my answer because we must answer the worded problem in words to show that we understand the context of the problem. So let's try and do an equation for high school A. So high school A says they have 6 vans and 1 bus for a total of 70 students. High school B says they have 12 vans and 4 buses for a total of 208 students. So now I have my two equations. Now with systems, we can solve algebraically using substitution or elimination. We have a B value by itself here, so you could use substitution by moving the 6b to the other side and having b equals 70 minus 6b. The numbers are still quite large though, so I'm going to use elimination. When using elimination, we need to make the coefficient of v or the coefficient of b the same. And we're only allowed to use division and multiplication to achieve that. So I'm going to multiply this first equation by 2 so that my v coefficients are the same. And I'm going to rewrite that equation. 6 times 2 is 12, 1 times 2 is 2, and 70 times 2 is 140. So now these are the two equations I'll be using, and I'm going to call this equation 3. So I'm not going to use equation 1 anymore. Then I need to decide whether I am subtracting or adding. 12v minus 12v equals 0, so I'm going to subtract. And as a little hint, if the signs are the same, so here I have positive 12v and positive 12v, then I always subtract. If the signs were different, so one of them was negative and one of them was positive, then I would have to add. Okay, so 4b minus 2b is 2b. And 208 minus 140 is 68. And then we have to use reverse operations to get b on its own. So currently this is being multiplied. The opposite of multiplying is division. So I divide both sides by 2 and I end up with b equaling 34. Now remember that B is for buses, so if B equals 34, it means that buses carry 34 students, and that answers the question about how many students a bus can carry. We're not finished though, so we need to work out how many vans or how many students fit in a van. So I'm going to substitute into equation 1. You can use any equation you like, you'll get the same result. So 6v plus 1 times 34. Now I've put 34 here because b equals 34 equals 70. So all I've done is take the 34 and put it where b is. So that's how I got that equation. Now I need to solve it to get v by itself. So 6v plus 34 equals 70. Because 1 times 34 is 34, then 6v is going to equal 70 minus 34. Now why is it minus? Because you have to use reverse operations. This is plus 34, so to get it to the other side I have to subtract. So 6v equals 70 minus 34, which means 6v equals 36. Now this is a multiplication. The reverse of multiplying is division. So v is going to be 36 divided by 6, which is 6. So vans carry 6 students. So now we have answered both questions. We've identified how many students are in a van as 6 and how many students in a bus as 34.